Hello there,
Hello,
Gia.
Keisha. Hello, everybody. Hello, world.
Hello, world. And by world, we really mean world.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got listeners all over the world and in particular Brazil lately. Lots of action in Brazil, which can only mean one thing, I think, Gia.
I wish I knew where you were going with this. Only mean one thing. What could it
Well,
mean? I don't know. Tell us.
I think it means people are being tortured in Brazil.
Oh, with us, using us
Yes,
as
using
a,
us, weaponizing our podcast.
yeah, that could be that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
if that's the
apologize.
case, yeah, we apologize to anyone
Well,
in
I bet they're
Brazil.
getting their answers. Whoever's torturing them. That
I
wouldn't take
know.
much.
That's
Small
true.
dose of the Tano.
That's true, that's true, yep, yep, most
Anyway, well,
effective.
we hope you took notes. I remember a couple things. Is the bulletin board is back? Uh,
Yes, the wee bulletin board is back.
yeah,
Mhm,
that
mhm.
you can't have a bad day. I almost clapped my hands when I saw it. I was just
I was
like,
delighted too,
I,
yeah.
I delight. That's the word. I delighted in that bulletin board.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
backing up, we had just had Friday. We had the conclusion of Monica's service. Right, that was Friday.
Yes, that is correct,
Okay.
Gia, that's
Look at
correct,
me!
yeah.
Look at me go!
Yeah,
Woo!
wow, wow. I know,
Mm.
wonderful. Yeah, so Michael was finishing his speech, Drew came in, Tracy pushed him back out.
Tracy,
Uh,
yeah, she really, yeah. That was like disturbing and satisfying both. I don't
mhm.
know.
I was
Uh,
very scared that after she had shut the doors on him that he was gonna come back and, like, shoot somebody.
sadly, I mean, that's just the real world right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like the timing was like if he, and I know this is just a story. I understand it's make believe. But I was thinking, like, why didn't Drew try to get there in time for the whole thing? Like, he timed it so it was the end. There had to, like, or maybe
Yeah.
he just didn't know the timing since he wasn't really invited.
Maybe, but it seems like he certainly could have had that detail confirmed somewhere.
Yeah. And then I just thought he also got back to the hospital and started talking to Martin really quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like, I
know.
found myself thinking, like, how was he already back here and getting back, you know? And how
Yeah.
did he get let out? Can you just take yourself out of the hospital whenever you want and then back in?
Well,
You
I
know?
think you have to sign that it's against doctor's orders that you're
But
leaving.
they'll hold your bed for you? Like,
I guess he didn't he must have circumvented the system, maybe because, Elizabeth and Stella and Felipe
yeah.
were all at the service, he was able to.
I think I'm distracted from what really matters in the story
Yeah.
by some real life details, which,
No, I know, it's hard to suspend your disbelief when they don't try as hard as they could, you
yeah.
know?
But
Um
that's the kind of small-mindedness that keeps me from
No,
focusing on
I'm not gonna let you accuse yourself of having a
beat
small
beat my
mind.
beat
Yeah.
myself up. That's
Yeah,
okay.
because
Thanks.
literally, 3/4 of the hospital staff was at the church. So,
That's true, right, yeah, yeah. Um,
so it was possible for him to sneak out unnoticed, I think.
oh, maybe he just snuck, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
did I did like the moment of Tracy wheeling him out. I thought it was, you know,
Mhm.
the symbolism of his powerlessness, like his
Mhm.
literal physical
Mhm.
powerlessness
Yeah.
because he was in the chair and he
Yeah.
couldn't, you know, he was just like and she like what was like zooming him out, you know. It was like
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
fast shove
Yeah.
at the back door.
Yeah. He's
Um,
lucky there wasn't, like, a steep hill right outside the church, or she probably would have
oh
pushed him
yeah,
on
chucked
it.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think? What did you think that was a good scene or?
Yeah, yeah, like I said, I just had this sense of foreboding that, you can't treat him like that without expecting some serious repercussions,
I know, like he'd bar the door and shut them in and do something evil, or
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
uh-huh. Um, and then I guess, the reason that he got back to the hospital so quickly was so that he could have that follow-up conversation with Martin.
With
And,
Martin, yeah.
and I did like that Martin wasn't really letting him get away completely with rewriting history, or casting himself as some sort of victim and everything.
Yeah, it's interesting that they've thrown them back together because Martin's
Yeah,
Martin a little bit of there's still a touch of sympathy
a
in,
touch.
but but he's also, yeah, he kind of like holds him to account a little bit.
Mhm.
But then what I didn't like in that conversation was I'd kind of forgotten that Martin hates Tracy.
I
And
know, I know.
yeah, he was suddenly trying to steer Drew's vendetta towards
Yeah,
Tracy. And I was
yeah,
like, wait, why is he doing that? And then I was like, oh, right, because he had that moment, that fall,
mhm. Yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought that felt beneath this new, like, sort of wisdom that Martin seems to have, you
Yeah,
know?
I know, I agree, that seemed petty, and I think we were hoping that he had sort of graduated from that kind of
Yeah, because he
behavior.
seems so sage lately. He seems so,
Yeah, yeah, he seems like the rational sort of one who's
yeah.
got some perspective on things that Drew still seems to lack.
And
Um
Drew is getting more and more dangerous, I think. Um,
Yeah, and I mean, when you're laid up like that, like, we'll talk about Rick in a little bit, I think, you can't
yeah.
help but stew in your own, like, thoughts
Yeah.
and juices and everything, and
Yeah, he's just seething right now. And
yeah,
he's really like, Cameron Matheson is doing, I think, just a stupendous job at playing
yeah, yeah.
this unlikable character. And like,
Mhm.
oh man, when he kind of tips his head back and sticks that jaw out and has that,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
sort of like, ugh, just I don't know what you call that, but it's like this uber, what is it, uber masculinity or something, not
Yeah,
masculinity, but like this, like, pugnacious look that,
uh-huh.
like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
And you got to give that actor kudos for being so good at that.
You do, yeah, that I guess that's a sort of posturing, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. It's like I'm invincible, and like I'm the
Mhm,
big man. And
mhm. Yeah.
it's like it kind of like makes my blood boil, and then I go, ooh, he's good at making my blood boil, you know you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like, wow.
I do, yeah, and I was thinking, like, beneath it all, and Martin doesn't know even the depths of Drew's evil behavior, although I guess he does know that Drew was speaking, loud enough so that, Wiley could hear him that time at the hospital, right? Like, he's
Yeah,
aware of
because he was speaking
was
to
the one.
him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, 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 it wasn't Martin, it was Rick.
It was
It was
Rick.
Rick.
Right, 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 yeah, and I was trying to remember, does Martin know that sort of thing? And, like,
I'm not
that
sure. I'm not sure if he does.
because it's sort
You and
of
I
like,
are so bad at this memory game.
oh, so bad, and everybody knows
Yeah,
it.
but I do remember it was Rick. So Rick knows that, but whether Martin
Yeah.
knows that or not. You mean, does Martin know to what lengths Drew will stoop to?
Right, right, and well, and Drew acts like he's not that bad, but that's proof of just how bad he is, I think,
Yeah,
like, Drew doesn't have people throwing that back in his face, and that's the kind of
yeah.
thing that makes him
But
despicable.
Drew is getting more and more. I mean, he's a wounded animal, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
very dangerous, I think.
Yeah, and
Um,
when he said that he's not a Quartermain, that was sort of ominous, I thought, like, him acknowledging.
yeah.
I don't know what it means exactly. I guess it means anybody in that family is fair game because they don't think of him
He
as family.
right, and it's like he's been trying up until that point, like trying
Mhm.
so hard to be a Quartermain,
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
final, like finally accepting their rejecting of him is like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's it doesn't bode anything good.
No. No, sorry, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway, that's all very scary,
yeah, all very scary, very
and
scary.
also,
With
of
that
course, he's mentioned the will too, so it's not
mhm.
just wounded feelings, it's also like the ugliness that can come out of in any family when it's time to, hear what
Yeah,
the will has to say. Like,
absolutely,
it
yeah.
frequently can be surprising who starts getting wound up about that stuff.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
doesn't
Yep.
bring out the best in people.
It really doesn't. No, no, and you'd think Drew is comfortable enough financially that this shouldn't be something that matters to him, but we know also that people who have money never think they have enough money, so
Sometimes, yeah, yeah.
or it's just also, like, the idea of sticking it to somebody else, like getting their hands on the house or whatever, you know?
Right, right. The symbolism of who gets
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm. So
Anyway, it's all very like scary feeling to me, I think.
me too, me too.
Yeah.
Without really anything happening yet, it's all just sort of this like baggage that's getting tossed
No, but
around.
it almost feels like he's saying this means war,
Yeah,
like,
I think so. I think so. I think he's going to be sitting there trying to hatch a plot.
yeah, yeah. Um anyway, so okay, so that happened Friday. What else happened Friday?
Hmm. Well, we had a bunch of little sort of pairings and gatherings at the house afterwards,
Pairings like wine and cheese.
like wine and cheese. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
So,
God, yeah. Can we
uh,
talk about can we
the
talk about the hors d'oeuvres at the Quartermain
and
gathering
the sad little trays with, like,
where she
6
just kept scooping from one tray to the
yeah,
other
just
with it's a
rotating.
matter of scale. A lot of it is a matter of scale that they're just consistently getting wrong.
Yeah.
Uh,
It shouldn't be that hard if
I
you're
and I like I guess I should okay, I'll be positive. The
okay.
the lunches at Bobby's today,
Yeah, those look legit, right?
they look legit. They look beautiful. I wanted an onion ring really badly.
Me too, and
Um,
I also wanted them to eat their lunches instead of
I
just
know, and then they just disappeared. I thought, I hope somebody
walking
ate that. I
away.
mean, we even had like that marble bread on
Yeah,
Felicia's sandwich.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I know.
Beautiful. Those look
Mhm.
like real lunches, and they look like good lunches.
They did. So how can they go from that to little, like, tartlets that, look like they were
Are they
just thawed out?
quiches?
Yeah,
And then
they
were
look
those like burned pigs in blankets? What were the other item? Those
oh, she
little
said those
dart.
were, like, bacon stuffed with something.
They looked almost black. Like,
Yeah, they didn't look that appetizing, and it seems like they woulda had, like, really more of a proper spread. Even if it's just Olivia doing it, she wouldn't
right.
put food out like that, you know? She's
No, I
had
mean,
enough
that looked
time.
like worse than if you'd gone to Sam's to get all your supplies for a
Exactly,
gathering.
exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I've done that.
We believe you.
Um, but I mean, even just doubling the amount of hors d'oeuvres they
Yeah,
had would have made it looked a little more legit. But also, this is Monica Quartermain, the like
yeah,
grand
yeah.
dame,
Dumb,
grand dame,
dumb, dumb,
lady of
dumb.
the house.
Yeah.
Um, the matriarch, the
Yeah.
remaining matriarch, has just passed away, and
Mhm.
this pathetic spread is what you're putting out, and you
I know.
send Dante out because he's the great server. He never served anybody. He
He
put
put
the
the
tray
tray
on the
down.
table every time she sent him out, but
I know,
Brooklyn can't be trusted.
I know, I know. Specific instructions, they have to be served warm on that last tray. He put that right down as soon as he saw
Ah,
Gia. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it
Should
was
we
making
stop
me.
watching? Should we just like
Should we
that's
start
it.
a
That's
letter campaign about props department? First of all, it's like this is a rich, rich family, and then beyond that, it's not just like, the death of one of the peacocks on the estate. It's like Monica. I mean, wouldn't she have just been shaking her head if she'd seen like this is the spread you have? All they had to do was add even just cheese and cracker trays, even just
I think they would have had a much more, like, sorta sumptuous
a
kind of
wheel of
array.
brie
It
and
would have
a
been
pile
more
of
than just,
grapes.
like, each tray wouldn't have had just, like, one single type of thing, there would have been big trays with an assortment of stuff on each of them, I think,
I
with
know.
some, like, lettuce underneath or something, not just, like, rolling
Lettuce
around.
underneath, exactly.
Details like that, like, those things are just
Yeah.
rolling around on the metal, and there was a lot of metal clanking too, you know? No napkins or anything, I
Rolling
mean,
around on the metal. Yeah.
just like, what the hell?
I know, and wouldn't they have had like I mean, I know they had drinks and stuff, but wouldn't they have had a special, I don't know, toast to Monica and I don't know. It just although I guess she'd had an alcohol problem at some point, so maybe they wouldn't have
There was
done that.
one
But
little sort of toast led by Ned when he said she was the best of us, but
that's
it
true,
wasn't.
yeah, but
That was still and that was another weird little gathering, like, there was a little group of them in a room, Ned,
and couldn't
Geo,
the children
Ethan.
have been at that? I mean, I okay, they finally explained why the children
Right,
weren't
right, right,
included, but
right.
I don't know. I always felt like it was important for kids to be included in on it. Like they need a chance to say goodbye to a loved
Mhm.
relative also. And
And they talked about how important the kids were to her and
to
what a
her,
relate
yeah, they made that a
Yeah,
huge focus of
yeah,
her absent character here in the end.
yeah,
But
yeah, right, and
anyway,
I
so
think they could have gotten away with even including Scout, I mean, because it was a funeral, and
yeah, yeah.
is Drew really gonna challenge that? I don't know.
Anyway, I guess we're beating a dead horse, but the props were making me crazy. It was making me. Were you listening to me? I was like a little like burnt hard as rock quiches or something. Those round
I
things. I couldn't see
as
very well. But,
soon as I saw those trays, I started cracking up because I knew how you were responding down there in Florida. I could hear
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Same, I felt the same way, yeah.
I mean, I
Um,
fixed myself a lunch that looks better than that,
and
I
that's saying
sort of
something.
suck at feeding myself.
I know.
That's a portion of adulting I haven't mastered yet.
Same. You
Shame.
know I
Yeah.
haven't either.
Oh, I also this is off topic, but so you reintroduced me to the world of veggie burgers. I'd kind of
Oh,
forgotten that I
yeah.
liked veggie
Mhm,
burgers. So
mhm,
I've been seeking out the Dr. Prager's or whatever they were you had.
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
I found them in various places in town. Um,
Mhm.
there's one flavor I dislike, and so I'm
What's
going to
that?
warn the super greens.
Oh, no, 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 you don't want that. No.
Have you tried them? They have like big hunks of hard broccoli in them, and
I haven't tried, no. No, I stick to the ones I think I'll like. Yeah, there's others too that are also bad, like some sort of plant-based protein or whatever, like, if they don't have, like, black bean or sweet potato in
I
the
can't
name.
find the sweet potato. That's the one I liked at your place, and I
Me
found
too.
everything but those. But
Same here. I know I can't find them here either, and it's been weeks that they haven't
oh,
been on the
yeah.
shelf, so I don't know what that means.
Well, anyway, the super greens, you'll feel like you're being noble, but you won't enjoy them.
No,
I'm like,
no.
what is this? An entire celery? I mean, broccoli stalk here? I'm like,
I'm sorry, I should have emphasized that they're,
well,
safe ones and then others
and
that
then
are.
unsafe. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all right. But
yeah.
anyway, that's why they were two for. So I have to
Ah,
get through
okay.
both boxes. I'll live. I'll persevere. But
Maybe could you chop them up and put them in something else?
put them in a smoothie or something.
Yeah. Maybe have you thought about serving them to yourself on a metal tray?
Yeah, on a metal tray. Yeah, maybe the cat. She likes a little green now and then, helps her
Yeah,
barf,
yeah, yeah,
good
uh-huh.
barfing inducement.
True, true.
Um, anyway, okay, back to so other than that, what did we think of the gathering? You mentioned Geo showing up.
Yeah, which was nice. I thought he did a good job sort of being, I don't know, like sort of warm but distant, I
He
think.
warmed up to Ned,
Yeah,
or and I
Ned
like how
was
Ned
good
was.
too.
Yeah, Ned was kind of like cool with him, like if you
Mhm,
choose to, and
mhm,
just
mhm,
not, he wasn't being a smothering presence, which is something these mothers that want to be mothers so badly, Brooklyn and Nina, they just have such a
mhm,
hard time with not,
mhm. Yeah,
they try to hang back, they try to be cool, but like it's almost like a cloud of pressure. Like
yeah,
I
you
can
can
I can
always
feel it.
feel that yeah, and I was thinking also that's how Monica was always with Jason after he left and
Yeah, yeah.
but
These
you
and these
always knew how deeply she loved him.
Yeah, but I think I kind of sympathize with the kids, the children, because I was like, ah, you
Yeah.
feel like you just get swallowed up by that and never get
Mhm.
out.
Right,
Um,
right. Yeah,
if
get
you
out of their clutches.
yeah, if you ever gave into it. I mean, I think Brooklyn is doing a good job, though. I mean, she's not like
Mhm.
she doesn't have Nina's just constant crazed look.
Yeah.
Um,
Right, right, yeah.
it's
Well, yeah,
a
with
she's
Brooklyn, it's more like just pure heartbreak, I think.
Yeah, but you can tell she's keeping her distance
Mhm.
purposely a little bit, and
Yeah, yeah.
you
Mhm.
could see her looking at he and Ned when
Mm.
they were like laughing together and enjoying that. So I think
Yeah.
I think Gio's thawing a little bit
I
on the
think
whole
so
thing.
too. Yeah, and I that Ned's approach seemed sincere, like when he said, "If you're ever ready," and I believe
Yeah,
he wasn't, just saying what he
yeah,
thought Gio needed to hear. I think Ned he's another one of these characters, like, he just seems so genuine, like, even with Olivia when he was thanking her for all the work she'd put into the spread, even though
yeah.
we thought
Even though, yeah, yeah.
it was a bad spread, but, I didn't blame Olivia. I blamed props.
I blame props, yeah, but because
Yeah.
she's supposed to have been such a great cook and everything, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
where's all the
Yeah.
stuff that she
Mhm.
makes that everybody like oohs and ahs over, like the lasagna?
Mhm.
Where's the lasagna?
Yeah, I know, I
A
know.
big lasagna, but
But so,
anyway,
yeah, good to see Ned, good performance by Ned.
and Olivia, yeah,
Olivia, I liked, also there was just a little moment with Tracy and Gio, but I thought that was nice too. She tried really hard to be cool, with him.
yep, yep, and
Um,
um, and I kind of believe like when a couple people said how much Monica loved his nurses ball performance, and I was like,
mhm.
that was a
Mhm.
believable detail. It didn't feel made up,
Yeah,
you know.
right, right, yep, yep, I thought so too. Oh, but there was
Sometimes they make up stories that sound so yeah, you just made that up today.
yeah, they
No.
just insert something in there,
Yeah, yeah,
and yeah, we don't buy it, okay?
right.
Our threshold is higher, uh, but, there was that scene, with Ned, Gio, Michael, Olivia, and Jason in a room together, and Jason said Monica had just told him a story recently that
Oh
he'd never
yeah,
heard
and
before.
then he didn't tell it, and then they went back. There was a weird timing thing, and they went back, and
Yeah,
they were all gone. I'm like, wait,
right,
what
right. I mean, what was that?
was that on purpose? Are we going to find out later that it was a story about having a younger sister that was a real snake in the grass or something,
Maybe,
or was it just bad editing?
yeah, that's how it seemed at the time, because even if it is about Veronica, it seemed like we should have had at least this.
Veronica. Sorry.
Thank you. Um, we should have had a smoother transition, I think, like at least maybe had him start the story so we knew
Yeah,
and then cut to Tracy and Ronnie in the crypt or something. I don't
Ronnie. Yeah, that's a weird. It
Yeah,
was a weird name. Yeah,
yeah.
Ronnie Sleestack. Now, is that actor someone you know, and like were you like, did you get the warm fuzzies having her on General Hospital?
I got the respect for what a solid actor she is.
Because you already knew that, or you felt like she
Yeah,
displayed that today?
she did display it today, I thought. What did you think? But she also was like a yeah, she was legit on her on One Life to Live too.
Yeah, I thought she displayed it today, but I
Mhm.
didn't feel like, had I not known that from, reading and stuff, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been like, I just missed out on having any warm fuzzy because I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't watch
Mhm.
One Life to Live. Which one's One
Mhm.
Life to Live? What's that one about?
That's in Landview,
Is that where
Pennsylvania.
they
Is
all
that
turned into vampires eventually or something?
that was another sort of iteration of hospital, so wasn't it? Like the night was that the
No. No, there was someone that, like, with
oh,
oh,
this isn't
shoot,
gonna go well for us. Let's
sorry.
try let's
No, it was some, like, morning one that my mother-in-law used to watch, and
Oh,
eventually they all became, like, or some of them became, it was like John and Miranda, not Miranda. Mm, anyway, doesn't matter. A long running one that
oh, huh.
that's
Long
all right.
run one. Yeah, okay, I don't know what that one is. Um, but no, she had a very challenging, like, she had like a Monica-like sort of role, where she had all kinds of struggles and really, dug deep and everything. And so, yeah, I think her going against Tracy, that's a good match. But I kind of felt like there was so much of those two that I don't know. I mean, it was a little too much for me all at
Too much.
once
Okay.
because they
And
kind of
did we know? I mean, I know I shouldn't ask you. You don't remember, but did we know that Monica had been orphaned and grew up
I guess
hard
we
and that
must
kind of
have
stuff?
known because we did know Gail Baldwin, and so, yeah, that was before my time, I think, or maybe right around the time
Yeah,
I
okay. Because I didn't really
um,
know any of that. But then I thought, well,
yeah,
I didn't watch way back then,
yeah,
so. Um,
mhm,
I mean, I
but
knew that part of Tracy's objection to her was that she was, not good enough to be a quartermain, but
mhm,
she
mhm.
Tracy would have said that about anybody. So,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hmm.
um, yeah, I thought it. Excuse me. I thought it was interesting. They've set up the dynamic that, okay, is this woman just showing up to
Mhm,
try to, get in on the spoils?
mhm.
Because right off the bat, she said something about the grounds and the house, and she did
Mhm.
very well for herself, or something like that. It's like, oh, you're already like, uh oh, we got
Yeah,
another gold digger here.
right, right. Yeah, if I were Tracy, I would be very suspicious.
Yeah, I was with Tracy the whole time on the, like, who the hell are you? And um,
Mhm,
yeah, I'd be wanting to verify those letters and all that good
mhm,
stuff. But then she
mhm.
claimed that she didn't want anything, so we'll see.
Right, right. "We'll see" is right. Yeah.
Let's see. And that, oh, I'm jumping around, but in Tracy, when Tracy finally did speak at the service, and
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
said it will be Monica's house forever, I thought that was a weird thing to say. It can't be Monica's house forever.
Right, I know, I thought so too. I thought, so now, like, would she object if it
If
was left
Monica
to
left it to
someone,
somebody, yeah,
that she
yeah.
didn't approve of? Uh,
Did the writers just think that would be a cool thing to say, like
I think maybe, and it wasn't.
not in our book. It
Not
was
in our
not.
book,
I don't
no,
I don't
no,
like that. I don't like.
no, no, we didn't like that,
You haven't
okay.
said that in a long time. You're little. I don't like that.
I I guess I guess I've liked a lot of things lately.
Look at you. Sunny
Haven't
side
I?
up,
Maybe
glass half
I mean,
full,
we
all
did
that.
just complain for almost half an hour
Well,
about
about
stuff.
hors d'oeuvres, yeah.
Mostly hors d'oeuvres, yeah,
Yeah.
mostly hors d'oeuvres. But, like, let's say this Ronnie somehow crossed paths with Drew, who's gunning for everybody in that house, and suddenly,
Oh,
he
yeah.
saw that he could use her and vice versa. I mean, it's
Like, yeah, if they teamed up, that could be bad,
yeah,
right?
I
Kind of like
don't
the
know.
outsiders, yeah.
Yeah, hard to know, when you're nice to somebody or mean to somebody, what the what happens next.
Yeah.
Um, one little thing I liked. This is so small. Lucy and Felicia were sort of teamed up. And I liked when Lucy said she had stolen some of those glasses back in the day,
Oh,
and
and
Felicia
Felicia
said,
said, "Of
"Of
course you
course
did,"
she
or
did."
something.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
'cause I like Felicia's funny too. She doesn't really get the chance to be
yeah,
funny
yeah,
very
yeah. That
often,
was
but,
kind of nice deadpan. Yeah, that was
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So
they're from kind of like they're from the same era. They both had big storylines during the same era,
mhm,
so it was
mhm.
cool that they were sort of paired up. And
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, and Lucy said something, "Oh, you were worried about me,"
Right,
that was kind of
right.
funny too.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. So all good stuff there at the house. I thought Jason's still looking like a sad
Jason
sack.
really, really torn up. I feel like this is like Jason's kind of opened some new portal in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
brain that he's
Mhm,
found the emotion chip that Dada's
mhm.
always been searching for on the next generation.
I do know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that was most of the episode took place at the house. But then we also shifted to the hospital a little bit where the picture was hanging, and this was another sort of like
Like,
fast
yeah, how did they
forward.
get there? So how did they
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and but I guess that was maybe part of their agenda was to stop at the house and then hang the picture at the hospital. But
I feel like having Portia and Stella at everything. I mean, I understand that they were coworkers, but I just
mhm,
felt like because Monica was so out of the game for so much of
mhm, mhm,
like out of sight anyway. I mean, I guess we can be
yeah.
made to believe that she was interacting with them, but I feel like
Mm.
did I see Portia interact with Monica?
Yeah, only, back when she decided to make Portia and Terry co-chiefs of staff, right? Wasn't that
Yeah, was
Monica's
that
call?
Monica?
I
I
think
think
so,
I've just kind of dumped a lot of files from my brain, but I just kept, I
yeah.
was just like, what? I didn't think of their association as that
Mm.
big a deal, I guess. But I mean,
No, no.
they should have had, I mean, it does make sense that they had a hospital people there, but
Right, a representative from the hospital, and also,
yeah,
I guess Stella could have been there for Tracy because 'cause they're friends,
that's true. Shout
but
out to whoever's been dressing Stella lately. She's
yeah,
looking very, very sharp.
very
She had like a
sharp, smart,
nice
yep.
sort of wrap dress on at that, and
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I tell you, like, she and Tracy, they seem so youthful in the way they move and carry
I know,
like,
I
that's
know.
not me. It's
I was
not
gonna
me.
say you and I have we got some shaping up to do if we're gonna like.
You
I already feel
really
like I'm
do.
very creaky and
I
yeah.
know, like, you get the feeling like when they
Yeah.
sit down or stand up, they probably don't groan.
I know. I was like unloading groceries the other day, and I just sat on the floor to put stuff in the fridge. Like,
Wow, that's literally a new low.
I know. I was like, it had been really hot, and I'd had a long morning of weed whacking, and I was just like, I am spent. And I've been dieting. I think I've just kind of reached the end of my calories. Like not as bad as that time I had to rescue you with the box of
Right,
Pop
when
Tarts,
I was
but
basically paralyzed, yeah.
you were at the end of your rope that time, and it's
I
funny that it's so
Yeah.
long ago that nutrition wise, I felt like Pop Tarts were the best choice, to revive you
Uh-huh.
because they're not high on a list of like nutritious foods, but it did
They're
bring you back.
not. It did. I rallied after that, yeah. You saved
What
my
was
life, I think.
I know. I mean, you didn't you kind of just send out a desperate phone call? We weren't
Yeah,
texting back then, but I
yeah,
think
right.
you were like moving into your new apartment or something, and you
Mhm,
just you
mhm.
went too far. I feel like you've always been a little bit out of touch with your
Of my
physical
limitations.
signs of physical signs of like, is it hot? Is it cold? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Like, I feel like you don't hear those as well as
Maybe not, but I
yeah,
also felt like I had to get everything out of the car sort of
yeah,
at
yeah,
once, you know?
yeah. And then
Um,
I just found you like crawling on the floor.
yeah,
And
pretty much, if that. that. Yeah.
Anyway, I was almost to that point the other day. The groceries got unloaded, but I was like, I think I'm just gonna sit and do this, be easier. And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
realized, like, this is a little pathetic. I'm glad I'm alone. You know,
Well, you reminded me, like, the way you explained it, how it had been hot, you'd had a tough morning of weed whacking. It's kind of like if like a Laura Ingalls kind of diary.
little bit, yeah.
You know?
Or that, like you ever seen those like spoofs where the cat is like, "Dear diary, my captors have," you know, like,
Yeah. Oh, dear. You should
yeah.
keep
I
a
had to do a drainage ditch the other morning. It kind of was like my undoing.
yeah, yeah. Mhm. But
I
imagine if you had a diary, like a physical diary, and then you put it in a time capsule and it was unearthed, like,
people be
here.
like, "Who is this weirdo?"
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I unloaded the groceries from the floor. I was very tired from a morning of weed whacking. They'd be like, "What is that? What does that
They'd be
mean?
like, "There's a little slice of life here."
Is that a
Um,
euphemism? What I"
yeah, weed whacking. Anyway, okay, where were we? We're are we done with Friday? We're kind of done with Friday.
I think yeah, we're
We
done
went
with
to the
Friday.
hospital. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm, yeah,
And so the repercussions, the ripples in the pond will continue with Monica's loss.
mhm,
Monica's
yeah,
finally, the fictional loss of Monica to catch up
mhm,
with the actual
mhm.
loss.
Right,
Um,
right.
but I feel like the big ceremonies are behind us now.
I think
Um,
so. I think for them, everybody sort of knows now. Condolences have been shared all
yeah.
around town. Yeah.
I feel like
Um,
we're probably going to have some sad scenes with the various children now, though, because they didn't
well,
have the,
that's true.
like,
That's true. Yeah.
poor Wiley and Amelia and
Mhm,
Scout,
mhm.
all the ones that supposedly were being like the bright spots in Monica's life here at the end. Like,
Yeah, it would be pretty unsettling to know, okay, so I saw her that morning and then she
yeah.
died and
Yeah.
everybody said goodbye, but we weren't allowed, you know?
And then the other thing that must be unsettling in that town in particular is the fact that when people are dead, they come back all the
They
time.
come back, so they're not gonna believe she's actually dead.
Right, right. You would always be holding out hope. Um,
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, it's
all right.
true.
All
Yeah.
right. So move us along to today.
Okay.
We're,
Okay, so
what do you got?
well, Spinelli and Felicia talking to James, with the big sandwiches.
Yeah. And did we have a scene that I missed somehow where we saw Spinelli get the news, or
No, this is
this was the
another
first
thing
we,
where they sort
yeah.
of like yeah, it feels like they're lurching forward sometimes,
Wouldn't
without
that have been a good scene to see him find that out?
it seems like that would have been, yeah, a chance to see just how, like, how mixed his emotions would be.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
seriously, how could he take that? It would be so hard for him as to take that as good news, you know?
Right, but of course he'd be overjoyed for James, or I don't know if
Yeah,
he'd be overjoyed, but you can't not be happy that someone is alive instead of dead.
right, right, yeah,
And
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 also happy for Maxie because she doesn't have to grieve anymore, but still
right, but the threat to, like, this was like the love
yeah,
of her life
yeah,
at the
yeah,
time, and
mhm,
what does this mean? Like, are
right,
they even married? Are they, well, they aren't married, but like, are she and Nathan still married? What happens?
right, right,
What's, you
mhm,
know?
mhm.
Just to see Spinelli pondering all that, or maybe later we can see Spinelli speak to Jason or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. Cause Jason, gosh, he's so emotional now, he would just start
Yeah,
sobbing.
he would be sobbing for Spinelli.
Like, "I don't know how much more I can take."
Do you remember who was the politician that started crying all the time in interviews?
Hmm,
Boehner? Was it Boehner?
Boehner. What?
I think it was John Boehner.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
remember that? And everybody's like,
yeah,
"What is going on?" Him, and it was like he couldn't stop himself, and
yeah. It must be yeah, maybe gosh, it's hard to explain how politicians feel and behave, but yeah, maybe he had shut up.
Isn't it hard? It's very hard to explain that. We
You
don't
know,
understand any of it. Yeah.
no, but yeah, maybe
Mm.
they have to be a little bit like Jason to get the job done sometimes, and then,
But yeah, but maybe if you've been
yeah,
holding back the tears.
yeah.
Never had a
Oh,
chance.
I thought you were done.
Sorry, that's a cool little song, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, Simply Red, right?
I think so. Yeah. Um. I saw an interview with Daryl Hall the other day,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he looked really old. I guess I've
Well,
just been seeing clips where he's not that old, and I was like, "Wow, he's
mhm,
suddenly."
mhm, yeah.
And then I looked in the mirror, and I was like, "Oh wait,
Who's that?
I'm also really old." I feel like Daryl Hall is my brother. In the past, has compared me to Rod Stewart, Roger Daltrey, Howard Stern. This is in looks.
Yeah. No ladies in the
No
mix
lady. But you
there.
know what? He never said Daryl Hall, and I feel like he missed an opportunity there because I
I
think
think
I
you're right, yeah.
do kind of resemble Daryl
I
Hall.
could see that one, yeah. So that kinda makes me John Oates, and I can sorta see that too.
And you and I do disagree a lot, and I think
They
they
had
are
a falling out. I think they
they've had
finally, like,
some
patched things up a little bit, but
contentious stuff going
yeah,
on. Did
I
they
don't
patch it up?
I think so, but yeah, I don't like it when I don't think these, like, people in bands should have to, like, stay married for the sake of the children, you know? I think it's fine for a band or a duet to, like, go their separate ways, but I don't like to hear about all the,
When
like,
they're fighting.
yeah, I know. It makes me sad.
I know, well, because they're little chunks of our, childhoods or teenage years or whatever, and that so it's like an assault on our little nostalgic,
Yeah,
memories.
yeah,
And
like, you can't
yeah,
listen to their songs the same way if you think, "Wow, they hate each other,"
they
or
hate it.
something,
Right.
or they're not
Yeah.
allowed to, like, perform the songs, like, separately, that kinda stuff.
Oh, like Creedence Clearwater Revival and that
Yeah,
kind of, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the
I don't
fighting
know,
and the, yeah.
Yeah, it's sad, sad
It
stuff,
is a
but
little sad, isn't it?
anyway, but we
Anyway,
wish them the best.
okay.
Okay,
Oh, I got lost. Where were we? Oh no.
okay, alright, well,
Oh
so,
yeah, Spinelli. Well, yeah, so Spinelli and Felicia and James, and poor sad James.
yeah, yeah,
And
and
yeah, how unsettling is that? Go meet your dad. Um,
right, right, but they didn't waste any time, really. Next thing you know, they're at the
no,
hospital.
no. I
Uh,
mean, I hope they packed those lunches up and like
I
took them. Like
know. I mean,
reheating
Nathan
onion
was
rings
prob
is never works
it's
really, but
tricky. No, you gotta eat them right there,
yeah.
you know?
Take it from us.
There's one thing you take away from today's episode, people.
You can't reheat fries or onion
No,
rings. They're just
no,
never
eat
as
'em.
good.
If you ordered them, eat
Eat
them,
them.
okay?
T-shirt
Uh,
idea or not quite?
if you ordered them, eat them.
Not quite. That's not quite.
Not quite,
Not
no.
quite there. Not quite there. Anyway, and then we also had, speaking of Nathan, we had Nina breaking the news to Liesel and Britt,
Yes,
and
yes.
then going to see Nathan.
That was also prickly because, nobody likes each other or wants to listen to each other in that group.
Right. Right. Well, they're not mad at Nina. None of them are mad at
They're
Nina,
not
are
really
they?
mad at Nina, but I don't think it seems like they didn't wanna listen to her either because they thought she was trying to push them back together.
Yeah.
It
Poor
was just
Nina.
so
She's like everybody's punching bag lately.
she really is, yeah, yeah, so
Just doing her best.
exactly, she did her best, and then, like, she comes face to face with Willow, and Willow's like, "Nope,"
I know.
not gonna
I love that though. Her standing at the counter and then like, so
I know. Why don't we just call a truce?
so how about yeah.
Nope.
And then, and then yeah, Willow's like I'm your alibi, I'm your alibi, no, you're my alibi. And then it turned evil again, like really your reason for killing him is much stronger than my reason.
I know that's a good way to pack
Yeah.
things up with
And
anybody.
the sweet thing is they both think the other is capable of murder, you know.
I know they're not so sure that the other one doesn't need an alibi.
Yeah, yeah. There nobody's saying like there's no way, you know, they
Yeah,
really believe the
yeah.
other one could have done it, might have done it.
Right, right. Otherwise, they would just, like, not be trying so hard to,
Do you
you
think you and your mother would have murdered?
Good question, good question. I feel like with both my mom and yours, they probably would have turned us in if they even suspected that we might
You
have
think so? Do you think
been.
their
Yeah.
morals would have been such that they would have
I
turned it
think
in?
so. Yeah, I think so.
I'm
What do
gonna
you
say that your mother and my mother would have turned themselves it would have lied and tried to
Oh,
save both of us,
maybe, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, possibly.
being as
Yeah.
selfless as they
Yeah,
were.
they were, that's true.
My
That's
mother
true.
was so selfless that it made me angry.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, I think this is part of my grappling with being female.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
Not that I wanted to be male, but I did not want to be selfless. I'm like the opposite of I'm what's the opposite? I'm selfish.
You didn't know that word?
I was much the opposite, and then I realized like there's a word for that already. It's easy.
It is easy. You got there quickly, Gia, thank God. That would have been awkward.
The hamster had some coffee today.
I would have had
Um,
to cut a big part of this out.
but you know what I mean? I feel like oh, have you been doing that? That's smart. Have you been
No,
cutting?
no, I haven't
Oh,
'cause I'm too lazy. It
oh,
all
okay.
stays in. Sorry, everybody.
I just felt like watching her be so selfless. I was like, "Am I expected to like?" She was
Mhm.
the I was the only other female in the family, so she's my role model. You know, I didn't have sisters to, you know, and I was like, I mean, I couldn't have articulated it back then, but I think a lot of my anger was just like, "There's no way in hell that I'm going to be like that. Like I don't have that in me. That's not in
Mhm.
my DNA." You didn't feel that? Was your mother selfless?
She was very, and I just, yeah, I think I was always a little bit,
I was wary of taking that on. I'm like, I'm not.
yeah, I think I sort of felt sad that she was.
Yeah, that
It took,
too. Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
took a long time really for me to get there, I think, but yeah, like, just physically, the amount of work it took just to keep the
Yeah,
house running, you know?
just everything she did, and it was all about the rest of us, you know. So while I was
Mhm.
benefiting from it, I was also kind of angry because I was like, "Is this a roadmap for me?" Because
Yeah, yeah.
um,
But but
anyway, sorry.
thank God you discovered weed whacking,
Thank God I stuck to
and
my selfish ways.
and you can complete your chores from the comfort of your kitchen floor, so
No,
it's
no, I
wonderful.
mean, like I think later I had nothing but admiration and respect for
Yeah,
my mother, but I
yeah.
just in my teenage years I was like, man, oh man, like you know,
Mhm.
just I do not like get this. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just probably time I should have spent with a therapist or something.
Well, this is
Um,
sort of therapy. This is a
it's
safe
a
space.
safe
Yeah.
space, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, what did you think of the reunion with Nathan?
Well, I thought it was very interesting that Britt hung back and was not at all delighted at the
Not
news.
at all. And not only was she not delighted, but nobody noticed that she was hanging back and
Right,
wasn't
right.
delighted.
Until they were about to leave and
Yeah,
they
but
sort of.
why wasn't Liesel like why weren't her antenna ears perked up going, "What's up with this?" you know?
It's like, I don't know, it's like she's written Brit off at the moment, you know?
Hmm.
I hope not for long, but, at first I thought, and that I didn't really think this, but, I thought it
I
without
didn't
thinking.
really think of it, I thought it.
Yeah, that Brit was like, "Wait a minute, I'm the one who's supposed to be the center of attention. I'm the one who's
Oh,
dead,"
that's kind of funny, yeah.
but I thought that would be like, sort of typical Brit, but I also thought, and more deeply thought, that she probably suspects Faison had a hand in this and is
Well,
suspicious of this Nathan.
yeah, I'm wondering if she totally knows that, and so
Yeah,
she's suspicious.
Yeah.
And also, I know I use this a lot, but doesn't he seem to have a little bit of a dull affect?
You use this a lot. He does seem a little simple. Yeah.
Doesn't he? So,
Yeah.
people keep
Yeah.
questioning him, he's sitting there smiling and, like, all tan, like he just spent,
Yeah.
a
Right,
couple of
right.
weeks at the beach and, like,
Yeah.
no, like, wouldn't you be wouldn't any person with their wits about them be totally freaking out?
Right, right. Yeah, so that maybe that is suspicious. Maybe
Yeah,
that
that's what I
maybe
wonder. That's like,
yeah.
does he really have Faison's brain in there, you
Right,
know,
right, yeah.
as suggested
Mhm,
on the interweb?
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Huh.
something's going on, like he's been brainwashed or
Right, right.
you
Yeah,
know,
that weaponized, yeah, maybe, like, don't click a pen around him.
exactly, or
Yeah.
yeah, or have things rolling around on metal trays or something,
Oh, man, that would set us off too, I think, at this point.
It did set me off. It did. I get what the takeaway from that. I mean, we're going to get over this soon, but is
Will we?
please, and I
Well,
might start on this soon, write down your wishes for your own celebration of life. Like,
oh, yeah, we talked about this before, about, like,
yeah, but I
music.
don't think we cover the food? I don't know if we covered the food.
No, no,
I
we
mean, and
didn't.
that's important, like, don't serve the Dr. Prager's super green burgers. They're
That
disgusting,
yeah, they're disgusting. Yeah. Okay.
mine's gonna have chips, beer. You could go to Sam's for mine and you'd be fine.
Okay. I probably wouldn't go to Sam's for yours,
No,
but thanks for the option. How about Trader Joe's? That would be fun,
Trader
wouldn't
Joe's,
it?
that would be fine, and you'd
Yeah,
save money. Yeah.
and get
I'm just
better
saying
stuff.
it can be lowbrow is what I'm getting at.
Sure, sure, sure,
It in fact should be.
so you said beer,
Beer
chips,
and chips. I'm gonna think on it a little bit more.
pickles, watermelon.
Yeah, apples. I got some pink ladies today.
Apples. Oh, yeah, nice. All your
Yeah.
favorite things. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Because yeah, that would
Yeah, how
that
about
makes
just a
sense.
favorite food celebration of life? Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
fun?
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be lovely. Yeah, so
Yours
that
would be like just tables and tables of desserts.
yeah, it
Just
would.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it would.
And they don't have to be vegan at that point, it could be just good desserts.
That's nice. So you don't want to at least, don't punish everybody
I don't
else
wanna I don't wanna tie your hands,
for
yeah,
your
yeah.
shortcomings.
You know what, Gia? You're not invited to my celebration of life.
I thought of you this morning because the old man bought some. We're doing these like protein drinks for breakfast, and
Mhm.
he bought these ones, and they're like plant powered vegan blobbity blobbity. I'm like, what's in here? What is it? How have they made this? There's nothing in here.
Pea
Somehow
pea pea
it's
protein, maybe?
I don't know. I didn't get that very. It's sort of a chocolate glop, but
Yeah, yeah, that
30
doesn't
grams of protein to power you through your day, though.
alright, alright. Well, I was just thinking earlier, I was in the kitchen trying to figure out what to eat without having to make any effort, and I thought, "I wish
There
I
you
did have
go.
some sort of a shake I could just drink now."
Just have it. Yeah, you can just buy
Yeah,
them at Sam's.
yeah,
That's where
I
he
should
got
look
them.
into that, shouldn't I? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good
Anyway,
good
okay,
thought.
but we'll get over that soon. But yeah, something's up. Well, obviously, something's up with Nathan.
Yeah,
He doesn't have memory.
yeah,
But I just thought, are they playing him off in this? Like, are they making him purposely a little bit numb
I
because
think
of what he's been through? Like,
yeah, yeah.
I
Hmm.
don't know.
Yeah, this was all sort of fresh thoughts that I had today with him. Because before I thought, well, he did seem like he wasn't asking all the questions a person in his
He's
situation would.
not even asking any questions.
Yeah,
Particular. Well, I mean, he asked about Max, and he knew that he'd had a child that was
right,
about to be born. But beyond that, wouldn't you
right.
be really questioning what the hell happened to you and where you had been?
Yeah, he was so benign, and it
Yeah,
seemed
and he
like
was a cop. He'd been a cop.
yeah, yeah.
Shouldn't he be? you know?
Yeah, yeah, right, and it seemed like he should have reacted just to seeing Britt and, like, seeing her in the doorway. He should have been like, "Oh my god,"
Yeah, yeah, like a
"come
little more of a louder, just yeah. That's what
here."
I mean. Dull, a
Nothing.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, mhm.
I mean, I don't mean dull as an uninteresting. I mean dull as
Right, right.
an inappropriate amount of
Mhm,
emotion for the situation at hand.
mhm. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that definition, that was wonderful.
And I just made that up. Yeah.
That was great. You really I think you hit the mark there, Gia. Good job.
Can I come to your funeral again?
You're back in, you're back in. Okay.
Licking all the dairy products.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Uh, anyway, okay, what else we got? We had we saw Rick again. Rick's
We
back.
did, and I was feeling bad for Rick. I really was.
I was too. I was too. And I once again, like I understand it's a soap opera and we have to suspend reality to but
Mhm.
wouldn't shouldn't they have changed him into like something comfy like sweatpants or something? He's
They
like
really
literally
should
supposed to
have.
be in the same button down and pants,
That's terrible, number 1, and there's still no evidence of how they're helping to take care of his physical needs, including
bodily
food,
functions.
yeah.
Right, right.
We need some of that information, I think.
We haven't discussed, how are they keeping him from getting bed sores?
Yeah, I mean,
Any of the just the little details that would make it mildly
yeah,
realistic.
yes, exactly,
That's
exactly.
all we need, just little bits.
Yeah, I agree. We're not asking for much in any of these areas that we've complained about. A line or 2 would go a long way.
Right.
Yeah.
That being said, I do enjoy throwing Ava and Alexis together
Yeah, yeah, that was kinda
still.
fun. Yeah. Mhm.
Alexis had that good line, something about, coming home and finding you here will never,
Yeah,
what'd she
yeah,
say,
that
never
was a
cease
good
to
line.
be
Yeah,
unnerving, or so I can't remember
yeah,
the word she used, but yeah.
disconcerting or something, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
and and then just a very deadpan. She's good at that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Mhm. I
and
like
yeah, they
that.
both are just good with the sort of macabre humor.
Mhm, mhm. But man, I mean, Alexis has really fucked up her life.
Yeah, they all have, but of
They
course,
all have.
but
Yeah.
Alexis was the only one with hopes of having kind of an above board.
Yeah, where it was kinda
Yeah,
necessary not to commit crimes.
right, right.
You
Yeah,
know? Um,
yeah. I liked
she's the
Ava's blouse. I'm
Yeah,
just jumping around fashion. I didn't really
uh
enjoy the fit of the pants. I thought they were weird.
it looked like her blouse was all, like, bunched up inside the pants, is that what we were
Yeah,
seeing there?
exactly, in the back, and I thought, "Oh, I'm so glad we're not expected to tuck everything in like we used to have to tuck everything in."
Yeah, but Ava still tucks things in.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then there's new, like, tucking guidelines, like, Christina especially, but
Yeah,
that whole, like, you tuck in the
one
front and
half,
not in the back, or now you're doing, like,
yeah,
one panel of the shirt and not the others,
that's a little
it's
weird, isn't it?
yeah, I don't have any clothing that lends itself to any of those looks.
And I don't think, that even if they're bending the rules, I still don't think that's gonna serve us well.
No, I don't think they're bending. Like, those are the rules. I think like that's
That you're not to do things in a symmetrical
yeah,
100% sort of
yeah.
all the way around
Well, I
tuck.
think the blousing is maybe meant to be more flattering to your body. The sort of
Mm,
like
mhm.
keep it smooth in the front, and then you sort of obscure the
Ah,
lines in the back. Maybe
oh, okay, okay, yeah.
maybe. But I feel like my butt looks better than my front. Like I'd look better if I tucked it in the back and left it out in the front.
Like, you really wanna showcase your butt.
Yeah, I mean,
You
not
wanna
particularly,
celebrate your butt.
not particularly, but if you're gonna look at one or the other, the butt looks better than the front,
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So
the butt
maybe
looks
you'd like
better
to
than the
be
gut.
buried face down. You'd like to be in the coffin
I hadn't thought about that, but maybe.
at the viewing.
But somebody like, Please put me on my left side, and I'm gonna need a fan. I always need a fan. Uh,
Mm.
oh, I wonder if people get that specific.
I don't think they do. I think everybody denies that it's happening right up until it's too late, you know?
Well, I mean, the Egyptians had really,
Yeah,
really elaborate stuff going on, but I think they still were lying on their backs. If you can,
yeah.
if the
Mhm.
graves, if the coffins can be believed, you
Yeah,
know,
like,
that'd be
are
funny if the carvings were of like the backside of the person, like the
that would be. Yeah, it would be fun
it'd
if
be
you got a
King
tramp
King
stamp
Tut's
then.
King Tut's butt. Interesting.
What would it
I
say? 'Cause you
yeah,
that would be probably the one time a lot of people would see it.
would see it. Yeah, what would you want to say? Like,
Hmm.
I told you I didn't feel well. I mean, that's the classic.
Why didn't you call someone? Oh god.
How did we get here on this?
I
Oh,
don't know. I can't believe it took us, like, this many episodes to get here, though.
what do you want your grave your graveside trips to convey to your friends and family?
Well, I hope we've got a lot of people's wheels turning now,
Yeah. This is your final chance
you know?
to
Yeah,
really send a message.
yeah, and
I don't
also,
know.
I mean, just to be serious for a moment, Gia.
I don't think I can, but you can try. Go ahead.
Well,
Mm.
now you've got me thinking you mentioned Egyptians. Like, do you think back in times where the life expectancy was a lot shorter,
Yeah.
I'm guessing still people didn't plan very well for their death, did they? Because they would have been. I wonder if, like, if because you know how young people think they're sort of invincible. Do you think that
Yeah.
was true even back in the day when, like, the life expectancy was like 40 years old?
I don't know. Maybe times were so different that you didn't have the luxury of feeling
Yeah,
like you were invincible because
yeah,
people were so not invincible. Like people were
mhm,
dying left and right from
mhm,
birth on. So maybe they didn't have that
mhm,
American teenager thing where they thought they could do
mhm.
whatever. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just
Hmm.
guessing. Or maybe it started earlier. Like maybe they were like that way when they were 8 instead of when they were 16. If you know,
Maybe, yeah,
no, I
but
doubt it. I don't know.
okay, but yeah, it still seems like, yeah, people don't don't think very much about what the last years are gonna look like because,
I think
we live.
about nothing but that. I'm always thinking about
I know, that's what makes you so fun. But, yeah, so now we've got some homework, I think, not just
yeah,
like, what's the
right.
soundtrack gonna sound like, what's the
Soundtrack,
menu?
hors d'oeuvres, and tramp stamps. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, do you wanna be buried on your front, your back, or I just
One side, the other, yeah.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get buried though, so,
Oh, right, yeah, so that well, but if the idea of the tramp stamp is maybe making me rethink that, like, might be
that's true. Oh god. Oh, dear.
Anyway,
Um, okay, let's see. We're going a little bit long, but we there was a lot of stuff that
no.
we didn't quite
Well,
cover.
no?
Uh,
Well, we could save it,
I guess
but
that's true. The one thing I wanted to that cracked me up also, like you mentioned the bulletin board. I liked
oh, yeah, oh my
when
god,
when
yeah.
the ADA Justine was talking with Anna and she said to Anna, so Alexis is no longer a suspect. And I was thinking, well, just because they don't have the space on the bulletin board, she can't be anymore, you know?
Right. We got to take that. Yeah, we could
Yeah.
maybe move an index card to squinch or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that we should just mention that we got a little more information. The gun was a quarter main gun,
Yes, that had
and
yeah, right, and I
and
guess they sort of explained that even though it was Edward who was suspected of shooting somebody, it turned out not to be Edward, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that I mean, that opens it up really to just about anybody in the house, and
I'm
and
leaning towards
Scout,
Scout. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm leaning
I
towards Scout.
agree. Yeah,
I think they're going to build it up to look like it's Michael, but I think it's going to be Scout, and that's going to be kind of heartbreaking.
it is. But she or Willow, I'm thinking either of those because I think most people, if you shoot someone twice, you're gonna kill them that at that close range. So, Scout makes sense because maybe she wouldn't have had the ability. Although those were
Yeah,
good shots, you know,
they look like good shots, but yeah,
right in the middle of his back,
yeah,
really.
yeah,
So yeah, he should have died, really.
yeah. Well, anyway,
Anyway.
that was the other big happening, the big
Yeah,
reveal.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, at least
yeah,
they're on the case,
yeah. They're on the
for
bulletin board. They're working
yeah,
on it.
back
They're
to
gonna
the
wheel it
boards.
back to the closet today, but
It's good to know
well,
it's still
anyway,
there. Yeah.
thanks for putting up with our silliness, people. We had a good time.
We did. We
Yeah.
did. We covered some new ground.
I think that we don't have an episode tomorrow. There's baseball or
Oh,
something
oh,
happening, right?
okay. Yeah, I
I don't
guess
know
it's
if that happens all the
there.
rest of the week, but we'll touch base and find out.
Yeah,
But
okay. Alright, well, we might still we'll come on Thursday whether we have 3 episodes or 2 or 1.
that's right. Just don't think you're getting away from
Yeah,
us.
because
We're
we'll
coming. Yeah.
it's possible we'll have thought about these tramp stamps more
Yep.
and have some actual
Have some.
ideas.
Yep. Have some good ideas. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
All
Alright.
right. Well, you have a lovely evening, and thanks everybody, and we'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, okay, good night, Gia.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.